1846, the folks were in a fix. King George was being a royal pain, throwing tea and starting rain. Of taxes, stamps, and silly rules, they'd had enough of all the fools. So they grabbed their muskets and their quills and marched on up to Bunker Hill. They wore powdered wigs and funny pants and did a sort of freedom dance. Now we light up sparklers, grill some meat, and try to beat the summer heat. Oh, the 4th of July, it's a heck of a day. From the powdered wig past to a future far away. So let's all raise a glass, let the bald eagle cheer. Here's to George and to Heidi, who are sipping red horse beer. They've got so much cheer, you can see it from here. With a belly full of freedom and that extra strong beer. The ink was wet on the Declaration, a brand new scrappy bold creation. They rode on horseback slow and grand to spread the news across the land. No to Wi-Fi tweets or TikTok trends, just word of mouth among their friends. They churned their butter, forged their steel, and made liberty a real big deal. Now we've got self-driving cars and drones and tiny little pocket phones that show us cats in fun.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Happy 4th of July to
Happy
everybody.
4th of July.
Look who's up, surprisingly. Although you haven't probably been asleep since about 1 o'clock.
Welcome to Philippine Antic Show. Thank you for being here with us.
Anyways, guys, today is just going to be smack talking. We're going to go through the news. We're going to talk about more about Papi's Bar and Chill, Eric and Mercy, and more information we've been reading online. As always, this is a group discussion. Nobody's been until somebody's found guilty in a court of law or until all facts are out there. This is just for entertainment purposes, and we must say that today is really going to be some fun. Also, as always, and always has been, you guys can ask questions about the Philippines, retirement here, and that's what we combine the live streams about is, answering questions, our lives here as a foreigner, and then George is a Filipino citizen, a native, whatever that means.
I'm a chicken.
Booga, booga, booga. No.
Chicken.
No, do the...
Chicken.
Sabong? Sabrong? Are you a brawl in a
No. Whenever you say native to a Filipino, you're talking about chicken.
Oh, okay. Well, you're just a native. Booga, 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 booga. Bunga, bunga, bunga. Something like that.
Booga booga.
Bunga, bunga, bunga.
Bunga bunga bunga. Those are the words that the Americans, when they pretended to be Africans, when they boarded the ship and have a... No, that's real. They made a movie out of it. Bunga bunga.
Okay.
Yeah. No. They're Americans that pretended to be Africans, and they did a tour on this ship, and that's what they usually say. Bunga bunga.
Okay. Yes, Chosen One. We'll be smack talking. We're going to go through accounts. We'll be going through some accounts and seeing some updates. Like the first thing that me and George was talking about this morning is we've been seeing the last few days. Remember Alice Guyo, the Bongi Bong mayor over there? Where's she at in Tarlac?
What?
Where's she from? Boom Boom Town. Where's she from?
She's from China.
Well, we know where she's from now. Surprise.
Okay. She was the mayor of Mabalaka.
She was not the mayor of Mapalakit. She's out there in Tarlac.
Shit.
Dude, now you're just gonna be talking smack and infinity info.
I was gonna talk about smack. I was gonna talk about like Chosen One. Me and Chosen One. We went out on Perimeter Road.
Oh, that's just facts, man. That ain't got nothing to do with talking smack. There ain't no juicy gossip to that one, unless you're gonna talk about like how many flies was on somebody's cooch in the corner. Right? Just pull it together, man. So, anyways, they were saying Alice Guyo. I think she was a bomb is where she was from.
Bun. She's talking about bun.
Okay, buns and buns. And remember they said that her birth certificate showed she was Chinese and she couldn't be mayor and oh my God, no, she's China, she is Filipino, and then she couldn't recite the nursery rhyme. It was horrible, and she was way off. And all these months,
Bahay Kubo kahit munti. She can't even recite a frigging nursery.
yeah, like the most basic. So, how long has it been? Almost a year. All this has been going on, and now they're like, we officially like to announce that she is Chinese. And it's like, hello. Anybody that was half blind could see that. And then on top of that, they announced that because of this, she can no longer be mayor. It's like, hasn't that been going on? You guys were going to give her job back?
Okay, well, you have to remember that there's this old saying that applies to the West too as well.
Until convicted in a court.
Money talks, BS walks.
Yeah, the
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were trying to figure out the amount of money, and she had a helicopter and everything else, and people are lucky to have cars here.
Forget the helicopter. She has a whole freaking plant that distills water with her illegal. Well, they're not illegal Filipinos, but what I'm saying is they do illegal stuff. She had a whole compound of them. I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah, something like that. So, it's just where it is. Oh, we had this one too.
Yes, compound and illegal stuff.
Wow, it puts them.
Well, I guess I'll let Heidi talk about the chickens.
Well, we could talk about that like in a little bit. Let's go in and say our hellos. Let us know where you guys are. Like, what's going on with your weather? I know, George, can we get a weather report over there and be nice about it?
Now the weather report. Now the news, and don't touch that dial.
Weather, please.
It's wet
and
moist.
You know, YouTube banned that.
What?
What was that? Did you hear that? Was that
one of your tilapia. It's tilapia girl. It's about that time.
Tilapia girl hasn't been here forever.
Okay, the tilapia girl, she comes by. No, joking aside. We have a tilapia girl that drives by with a motorcycle, and she sells tilapia, which is, of course, obviously, most of you know it's fish, right? And they're still alive. They're fresh.
Anything else you'd like to describe about them that'll just screw with my ADHD today? Just get to the point.
Well, now speaking of fresh, I was talking about
I'm
the fish.
not going to sit here today and say, I'm
not talking about her fish. That's a different kind of fish.
I'm just going to,
different kind of freshness there, but
just get to the point and say she's a stinky ass bitch. Just get to it. Stop beating around the bush. Today I don't have no time for to beat around the bush.
That's a serious burn right there. Yeah. Right.
I'm hyped on coffee and got zero patience with the pain level.
Because that is what I do whenever I meet a woman. I do smell her.
I hope that was supposed to be funny.
And Heidi smelled glorious yesterday. I even said something about it.
That's nasty. So, anyways.
No.
All right, let's get to the naked and afraid thing. Let's get to the naked and afraid. Yeah, because I was wearing my expensive perfume.
No. She was wearing... For those of you who are not familiar, she smelled like angel perfume. I'm a perfume guy. Perfume, not a cologne guy. Perfume guy, because I like to buy perfume for the ladies.
And Estee Lauder. So,
but anyway.
It was Estee Lauder.
But anyway, me and Heidi were watching Naked and Afraid, and I was like, oh my God, she must smell like ripe tuna right there.
Like, it was nasty. And I know without taking a bath twice a day, even whether you're big or small, it doesn't matter. You know, because I know people are like, well, Heidi's a big ass bitch. Surely she stinks. No, I'm sorry. They're out there for X amount of time. That's croc infested water. And then we were watching it, and there were two guys on each side. First off, I said, I know they're knocking the boots out there. I'm sorry. I don't care if you're married or not. That's what I'm going to do. When it gets freaking cold, I'm going to be all up
finger trap.
Right? What's really
two guys on each side?
So they did, right?
Chinese fingers trap.
There were two guys on each side sleeping, barely sleeping, being chomped down by ants. They were actually an ant buffet.
Yeah. That was like my
another demonstration.
That was my karaoke demonstration.
Yeah. So
I think I need more coffee.
Well, the ant buffet was actually going. Really, George? Why didn't you get a cup?
There's a cup right there.
That's not a cup. That's the whole pot.
It doesn't mean that old dog's face isn't there. It's not a cup. That's a cup.
Old dog's probably in the bottom of that somewhere. So, Anyway, so the girl was
No, all dogs over here. Down
the
here.
the girl.
Yeah.
Hold on, hush up, boy. You're pushing my AD to the HD to the double D. Okay, when we're done, we're gonna see what's gonna go on here.
Damn.
So her butt was way up at the top. Like, how close was her butt? Literally, her butt was at their face level, and they were practically kissing her butt. And I'm like,
Her?
that's gotta stink.
Her?
Yeah, when the girl was laying on her stomach.
Her?
Her what?
That was a her?
That
No.
wasn't the trans in that one. That was
Oh,
the
that was the
female.
her.
That was literally the her in that one. Because there's like a bunch of the gays and
Does
trans.
it matter? A hole's a hole. It's the same.
It was just nasty, yeah. And then we were talking about the girl that said that she had something else.
Hey, they probably wipe their butts with basil leaves. Would you like to talk about our basil leaves?
No, pull it together. I'm trying to get to the point here where the girl, if you know, you know. You ever had somebody that would say, "Oh my God, she stinks like somebody had four fists up inside of somebody"? And it's like, you said that because you knew that. Who would come up with that stuff and know what the odor was and then compare it to an odor? Somebody that knows. You know when they say, when you know, you know? And that girl said that on the show. She goes, she goes, the water tasted and smelled like you've been digging, way up inside of your butt and scratching for a while, and then you pull your finger out, and I'm like, oh my God, that girl, that's exactly how she knew what it smelled like. It's like nasty. So anyways, this will probably, who cares if this gets demonetized. So good morning.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are woke up. We're hyped on coffee. And happy 4th to all who celebrate it. And of course, it's past for those in here in the Philippines, the Americans. There was all kinds of celebrations. We ended up going out to eat yesterday, and we went shopping, and then came home, and I made more of the sausage, fresh green beans, and vegetables with a fresh vegetable stock, onions, and garlic. And then I actually had roasted peanuts that went inside of it. And it's kind of like
it was
crushed
insanely
almonds.
good.
And then, then I made
Heidi's always been a great chef.
a Thai peanut sauce salad that was like a super green salad. So we
Best
really
kind of
munched
salad
out.
is like Thai salad, the same.
Okay. Magadan Umaga from Las Piñas. It's a beautiful morning, living life in the Philippines. I have my good days and bad days here. I can't say it every day, and I'm not going to say it if I don't mean it. I guess today is a good day.
It's all right.
It's okay.
It's I.
Yep. Yep. Good morning. Bobby G is in the house. Yeah, I worked with AI this morning really hard on that one, and I'm like, okay, who were the top 2 people that did the declaration and all that? And I had them go through all kinds of things, and so
top 2.
But we were discussing.
Okay. Who are the top 2?
Well, they said John Hancock was one of the, and then it said Benjamin Franklin.
No. It was
That's who it's
Hancock.
supposed to.
It was Hancock, and he's the most underrated
Well, if it
guy.
wasn't for AI, I wouldn't remember half of anything anymore.
No.
But
Hancock is
here's
number 1. Yes.
Here's the thing that, like me and George was talking about. Now we notice all these AI videos, all these AI thumbnails. I know that there was only a handful of vloggers using it in the beginning.
Yeah.
I remember when we used to make thumbnails of Mark Thornton used to piss that bitch off. Remember we make them and we made them slightly where it looked like him, but legally it wasn't him, and we did that like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Now, if any of you want to know the story and background of Hancock, there's this great movie that they released by Will Smith, and great movie. Great rendition of one of our forefathers. Will Smith, Hancock.
Is that anything like when Domino's crossed the Delaware to deliver a pizza to Ronald Reagan?
Correct.
That fed it to a Shih Tzu?
Absolutely. Yes.
I tell stories like that all the time to George and the cat to put him to sleep.
No.
Hey,
in all honesty, Hancock needs a sequel. Just saying. You have to admit, that's a great movie.
I got all excited when I thought Brokeback Mountain was going to have a second season. We both
True story. Me and Heidi were excited that
It's coming in
that
theaters in
Brokeback Mountain
2025.
was going to have a sequel, but no. All it was a re-release. I'm
Who
like,
has
seriously?
actually seen Brokeback Mountain?
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
oh
so
my
it was
God.
the two guys that went out there, and then even I originally didn't know what the movie was about. I just thought it was two dudes that were going out there, whatever. And so I thought it was going to show the story when they went back, and they went back to their family.
No,
it was going to be
thought it was
an
after
update. Yeah,
the
and they were like,
movie,
they're
but
just going to
no, it's
re-put it
just
in
a
the theater.
re-release, which is heartbreaking, really. It's kind of like messed up.
Look at George, all excited.
Hello, beautiful people. Hey, Ted. How
Hi,
you doing?
Ted. Good morning. And thank you, everybody. Once again, we want to thank people for the support for our birthday. Thank you, Sarah. Big
thank you for being
thank
here
you.
for
And
our
Victoria.
wonderful
And
national holiday. Happy 4th of July to all.
you get to make the next cake. What are you going to make next?
Umaga.
No, you're not. I need you to think about a cake.
Magandang umaga.
No. Why don't you guys give us a suggestion on the next cake we should make? We've been making enough. We do like the miniature cakes, and we do them where there's enough to eat on it for like 2 days.
I think we need a devil's food cake. Yes. That's what we need.
You're going to push my ADHD to the limits, and I'm going to forget about that ring of fire where my head's on fire, and I'm going to punch you in your nose and wrap your ears around your ass.
Now, speaking of ring of
And
fire, we are
ass.
currently in the cusp of the tectonic plates moving in the Philippines that is
No, that's
actually
real.
related to the
You
ring
know
of
what's
fire.
going on in Japan right now, right?
okay,
The
okay.
1,000 earthquakes going on over
I'm
there.
aware
They're about
of
ready to be hit.
that,
And that
but
woman, that
don't-
Yaga Boga woman said that whole thing's going to drop, and all the tourism is dropped, and all the Japanese people run around saying, "Where's my ramen noodles in my teeth? Where's my ramen noodles in my teeth?"
That's not how it works, though.
It is, and they're about ready to go down.
No, that's how it works, but
jumped
it's not
into
the-
the burning ring of fire.
yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me. I'm
The whole point is they put the Philippines right next to Japan on how we're going to go down. Forget about the WW3
Forget the ring
and
of
WWF.
fire, for
and-
crying out loud. The freaking North and South Pole are moving. That's worse than the ring of fire.
well, honestly, we're probably more apt to.
Since we're talking about conspiracy theories,
We're more apt to have our cell phone snatched from us and be in
No,
the
this
Sabong
is-
stuff going on before that.
This is not conspiracy theories. The North and South Pole are moving, and why is this really a big deal? Is because the North and South Pole create
Hey,
this
what's going
magnetic
on,
field
Slick
that
Red?
protect us from radiation.
I don't care about radiation. I told you I'm gonna run right into
Well,
that
that's
shit.
the problem. A lot of more people are worried about the tectonic
I'm
plates.
not worried about W.
But guess what? The tectonic plates always move. That's why hence earthquakes. But anyway, but
chosen one.
without the radiation, without
Sobriety
the,
checkpoint for people.
without
Yeah,
the
how are
magnetic
people
field,
doing on the
we all
4th?
fry, literally. But anyway.
And let us know if you guys are actually going to go out and see the fireworks. I guess it is 9 o'clock, so
Oh
you guys
my
are watching
gosh.
them now.
The last 4th of July, me and Heidi went to. No, this is not a joke. Me and Heidi, in our area, they accidentally shot up all. Remember that? They shot up all the fireworks at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
No, literally, it happened. They shot up all the fireworks at the same time. So the intro
Hey, what's going on,
of the
Bruce?
fireworks show was the outro, which means
Let me try your coffee there.
the fireworks show was over within 5 minutes. Like literally, the whole shebang. But it was amazing, though. It was amazeballs.
Went off pretty quick, right?
No, it did.
And a bunch at the same time?
Yes.
Sounds like what happened this morning.
Well, anyway.
Did you see that monkey? I sent it to Ted. Did you see the one where it was AI video and he thought he was blowing up a balloon? Or did you not get that one?
Yes, of course I did.
I got human kids all over me. Alice Guyo is one of many Chinese spies ever, yeah. And there's a lot of them coming from Asian countries, just like around the U.S. and other. They said that Russia was sending a bunch of people into the U.K. now. They were sending a bunch of. Just let everybody go. Just set my people free. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Who are my people, George?
Yeah. Well, this is not what this channel's about, and I'm not talking about conspiracy theories. But bottom line, you have to think of something.
Happy 4th.
You have to think of something logically. But anyway,
When I was young, people used to think I was so wonderful.
oh, that's a great song. I love that song.
Is that Scuba Steve? What's up, Scuba Steve?
No way, Scuba Steve's in the house.
Yeah, Scuba Steve's in the house.
Is that really him though?
I don't know if it's the originals. We had a Scuba Steve before, but yeah, it
Oh,
looks like
hey,
he's got the
Scuba
eye.
Steve.
I
How you
think
doing?
it
Happy
is. I
4th
think
of
he's
July.
been here. Happy 4th, yes, in our birthday month. So here in a few days will be our son's birthday, and then we have granddaughter Georgia. So in the next 2 weeks, it'll just be one after the other. Yeah. So
Oh
we're
my
kind of
gosh!
excited.
So me and my uncle, right? The reason why I brought him up is because it was his birthday recently, and I fixed or Heidi bought
I was telling
some.
Sarah about the ceviche.
Yeah, bought some salmon, and I told him, I said,
Hey,
we have
Jack,
pulutan.
Texas in the house.
Pulutan is the
Bruce, how are
finger
you,
food.
sweetie? Hello.
And I told him, I said, you have to fix it though, okay? So he fixed pulutan, which he fixed salmon, pink salmon, with
What is
onions.
that? Salmon.
Salmon.
Yeah,
So-
you like to put that
so
L in there.
sorry. Yeah, salmon.
Salmon.
Kind of like jaguar, but anyway.
I don't go
No, it's
there.
not Jaguar,
Hey, Jojo,
folks.
happy
It's
474
Jaguar.
in
But anyway.
Massachusetts.
So I fixed. No, he fixed salmon, and so I said, "Uncle, you have to fix the salmon, okay?" So it's ceviche, which is pink salmon and onions and lemon pepper, and what else?
Yeah, I sent
onions and what else?
we had gotten an oversized it's just usually onions and the
Yeah.
lemon
So he
over
fixed it, he
fish.
chopped
but
it up and fixed
I
it.
sent an oversized grinder that has a bunch of spices and real lemon and pepper in
now
it.
the
with
thing
it.
is, my uncle never finishes anything whenever it comes to food. No, really, he doesn't. Because he eats like a bird. You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of people eat like a bird, kind of like Heidi.
I doubt it.
No.
No, but well, you eat twice as much
But
as me. I just eat the wrong stuff.
It was so significant that I took a picture of it that he cleaned out the
Well,
plate.
your mom and sister eat like a bird too.
No.
So
Well,
that's
most
true.
of my family eat like a bird,
except for
me.
you.
But
George can eat.
So-
I watched that boy eat like a dozen wings and the fries.
No,
we had
I'm
an
like,
entire plate, and I just watched him. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. So anyway,
and the calculation since I left the U.S. was about 70 pounds that I've gained.
Oh.
It's mostly since I've been here. It's probably been 20 or 30.
weight gain.
Right, but
You'll
it's
gain
only
weight.
been half of it has been here. I thought most of it was gained here because I do weigh myself. It's done at the doctor's office, and I am down 10 pounds now just from the change of diet. So,
he ate up that ceviche. He really loved that pink salmon.
thank you so much, Bruce. For the members that are with us and have been with us, this does help keep the lights on at headquarters. It does, contribute. I think now we're at about, between the dogs and the cats, we're at about 80 pounds of pet food. And we buy medicine, like we have some colloidal silver, and God, I can't believe the cat's name is Hitler because it looks like he has a mustache.
Colloidal silver. A lot of people in chat doesn't
It's
know
a
what
spray. It's a natural spray for healing, but looks like he got into a bad fight and it ripped his entire jaw
one of
open.
the outside cats.
And it literally looks like you can see his teeth, but when he comes
It's
to
kinda
eat, I have to
gross.
get him from a distance. And so we treat the pets the best we can that just belong to everybody in the neighborhood, and we feed them and everything. And then, of course, we bring them in, rehome some of them, and then we got the 5 in there. But all of this helps. It helps support the channel because, the YouTube money
thank
drops.
you so much, guys.
and-
We really appreciate it.
yeah, you guys are a blessing.
We appreciate
and
your support, and I'm pretty sure the
every
cats
little bit
appreciate the
comes
support too.
through.
Trust
No,
me,
Estee Lauder is
the cats
not.
get more attention than I do. Trust me.
Originally what it is when I left the US, George and me, we not only sent Billy buying boxes, but George bought me a couple perfumes that were highly expensive that are the more
Angel.
oil based. Angel and some Estee Lauder ones. There were two different ones. Now, one of them broke. Remember when the cats got up there and broke the other
Yeah,
beautiful
well,
bottle?
Cats do what the cats do. Yes.
And then the other one, but I've kept them in smaller bottles, and yeah, so I use them very sparingly, and so I do every now and then, because I asked Georgia, said, do I smell like an old lady? Because some of those expensive perfumes
No.
Heidi
Heidi did really smell really good yesterday. No, even I
oh,
said,
thank you. Like
but-
I don't any other time. I know.
No. What I'm saying is, if I have to
Hey.
ask what you're wearing, that means you're wearing something really good.
Like when I put vanilla behind my ears and you nibble on me.
Yes.
That was yogurt the other day, by the way. I knew that would draw you in.
I don't care.
George just I just want a snack. Jojo said, "Don't be gross, George." Yeah.
Oh, dang.
She smells like a bait shop. Did you? Hey! Did you see? I sent Ted and I sent George that one where it had the hillbilly woman at the trailer, and the grandmother was giving the girl a hard time about everything. Did you watch that one where dogs are on everything? It was hilarious. I must send it to the other account, because we have like 3 accounts, and when I send them, I sometimes send them not to his personal one.
No, she does it all the time.
We have a second account.
Did you see it? No, I think
because we have the Philippine Antics, and then his George account, and then we have a second George account, because they're attached to all the accounts, and sometimes I do because they're all stacked in Messenger. So I'm going to listen in the background. Got to get ready to go see my dad in the hospital. All blessings.
So sorry,
he's
Victoria.
all right, but I'll try to listen to the hospital. All right, we appreciate it.
We pray he's getting better.
Yes, we really do. Thank you, though, for being here.
Yeah.
The other channel that we have is listed inside of our description, and we do put more videos out of some of the more personal stuff. And now with all this privacy thing going on, I'm going to invade George's privacy like I'll get out. I am going to put a cam in the house. We're going to start doing 24-hour live streams. Nobody invades your privacy, bitch. See, I'm allowed to now. See, beings I can't invade nobody else's privacy out there. I'm going to invade his. How about that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we'll see. George, that's no more privacy. We're going to do a shower cam. And look at her. She doesn't have any balance because of her tail. See, you're struggling. You guys are missing this. So anyways, the cat's trying to climb up something, and it's the one Pigsy that has like hardly any tail, and she's kind of, her body is all disconfigured. When she goes to crawl up on something, somehow she doesn't have the leg power to get up there, and she struggles to get up there, and she's like clawing to get up the furniture. It's funny. Not too disturbing. Carrot cake. Okay, that's one I thought about. So most definitely, you're a carrot cake. I was thinking about cinnamon roll, because we have like a little cake mixer, a cake baking thing that bakes them pretty quick, and so yeah, within an hour it bakes them.
I'm easy, obviously.
You're easy on everything, dude.
Exactly.
Carrot cake. Okay, hold the raisins. I think you're on that too.
Huh?
Oh, you like the raisins?
Let me hold the raisins. That's the best part.
Pigsy, get down. Leave mommy's stuff alone. These cats are a trip. Like, they get a hold of our pencils, then they throw them down to the dog, then the dog chews them up. They get a hold of my nail files, they throw them. It's like they look for items, and they've got like 50 toys on the floor, and then a small piece of plastic falls on the floor, and they play with it for the entire day.
Like that.
So, yeah, like that. Hi, Victor C. Good morning. Are you paying
Victor,
attention to these from the bottom?
Well,
do shouts up.
Bruce Davis's membership.
All the way at the bottom, there's nothing going on. Let's see. I like carrot cake. Hold the raisins, but thank you, Victor. I like the carrot cake too. I was thinking either a cinnamon roll like one, and no, I've been doing everything from scratch for the last, 20 days, and it takes a little more time, and it's draining, and with my lupus, but it also gets me moving. Like last night, I was telling you guys I made the vegetable stock that I'll use for making beans and other things, and the tinola, and I actually froze them into cubes this morning, and then I have a jar of it in the fridge. So I just have to for the lupus, and so I control the salt and everything. and actually all the extra preservatives and calories, and so it's been really going well. And I think George is none the worse for it. I've been cooking more. I've been doing more home cooking than us just ordering up a pizza.
You always cook, even when you order. You
Yeah,
always
even we
cook.
did. Yeah, we only ordered out like probably twice a week.
No, Heidi always cooks. She always comes up with something new.
Let's see. Just reading through it. German chocolate. Okay. Yeah, because some of the German chocolate cakes have like a chocolate and coconut icing. So that's another thought.
Okay, now since we're talking about food
Here we go.
and baking,
So that'll be 2 of the cakes. We'll do a
I'm
German
just giving
chocolate.
you guys a learning curve here that when you arrive in the Philippines,
Everything's out of stock. That is stinky here.
Be aware.
There are some ugly women.
That
there's no jobs here.
Damn.
What?
Girl, slow down.
The women are getting bigger.
No.
Guys are getting shorter.
I'm talking about confectionery.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, first off, the icing is not going to be something that you're used to, right?
Kind of like when you opened up your pants when we first met.
Okay. Don't, whatever cream that you come across, that didn't sound right after
Go ahead,
you said that.
Yeah, go ahead and make that statement. I got something.
Whatever cream that you have in your head when you order it here, it's not going to be the same thing. Now you really made it dirty.
It's kind of yellow when it came out.
Wow.
Asian splash looks a little different, male or female.
No, I'm not joking, guys. I mean, seriously.
Tastes like coconut.
Whatever icing or cream that you think of when it comes to food, it's probably not what you're thinking.
Like their pizza?
Kind of like that. No.
Like their armpits?
Oh, whoa! I want to go that far, but no. It's not something you. Yes, icing, anything that's like dairy based. Odds are it's not something that you're going to be used to.
George, does carrot cake have carrots in it?
In the U.S., it does.
It depends if you have Duncan Hines.
I don't know about here.
Well, if you do like Duncan Hines, usually it doesn't have a lot in it, or some of those box ones that's just really just spices to imitate what's really. You have to put your own.
Well, that's a good example. Speaking of which, for example, if you want a truffle burger in the Philippines, in all probability, you can get that all year round because
what's going on?
Somehow they have a ton of truffle pigs and like a truffle farm somewhere in the Philippines. No, I'm not joking. Point being is, most of the stuff you'll come across is fake.
We know what you like, Chosen One. You need to get your butt back to the Philippines so we can go out, because I only go out like twice a year.
No, okay, Chosen One. I love you, man.
I thought they closed the Hooters, or at least got rid of the women.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Winghouse is where it's at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Winghouse. They have.
Oh, the cats.
They have tighter and younger.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
I want to live.
Okay, so there we go. So at least we have 3 more cakes. We'll do the carrot and then stick with the cinnamon roll one that I'll make. I'll make one big cinnamon roll, put it down, and bake the whole thing, and then put some sort of. And I can do this all where it's made keto / sugar free. I use more of the creams and stuff because my body needs a bunch of calcium, and George's cream just isn't getting it. And George, you suck on those nuts over there. They're awful salty. I know about salty nuts. And so, and then of course for our birthday, like on each day, I know the first one it'll start mid-month, will be George's, and I'm going to do that cheesecake / it's more like an egg custard or more like an egg pie and more solid, like a New York style cheesecake. Well, most of them are solid. And I'm going to do, you said strawberry. I'm going to pipe strawberry into the center of it and layer, and then I'm going to put fresh whipped cream on it. So
okay. No. Okay. Honest question. I honestly don't know.
You want to know how I'm going to get the berry in it?
No. What I'm saying is, okay, egg custard pie is very common here in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met somebody in the U.S. that wants an egg custard pie.
Oh, are you kidding me? My family, probably depends on the family, but egg custard was a big thing. Using eggs and milk to bake a pie like that. At least it was, my grandmother made something called the impossible pie, and basically it's like 8 eggs and X amount of milk, but you add flour, so it thickens it up. So kind of like
Okay,
that
okay.
reminds me.
Fair enough.
And then
Fair
egg.
enough. There's a
Yeah,
lot.
let us know what you guys think of egg custard.
I've never met an American. Okay. That likes
Hey,
egg
Gio.
custard pie, but they do like impossible pie. There's a different. I mean, I get it, it's the same, but it's different. But anyway,
I wonder if I can do that and move the thumbnail. It just isn't. That doesn't seem right.
well, according to here, it's the same. That's right.
No, I know that. I'm just saying I don't know why.
But it is 4th of July.
Yeah, it is. So, so yeah, let us know what your thoughts and choices on that. Hey, what's going on, Gio? My eye candy.
Hey, Gio.
Good morning, guys. Happy 4th of July. Thank you, Gio.
Happy
Hope
4th
you're
of July,
doing
Gio.
good and what you up to. Yeah, guys, throw out the actual questions about the Philippines. We're going to get into the first gossip of the day.
He's probably polishing his baby bottle rock.
Who? Gio?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he has one to polish.
Damn. Burn.
It's probably pretty shiny and white, too.
I would hope so. Kind of weird if it's not, Caucasian. Just saying. But then
You
again,
never know.
You never know.
Could have had it all tatted up, huh, there,
You never
Gio?
know.
And don't choke on your coffee, my good man.
He's got an X sleeve,
At least I'd be able to find it in the dark.
Yeah, with mushroom sleeve. Cheese, just saying.
Oh, you didn't have to go there. Why do you always got to go there and ruin my visions, I had visions of baby powder and good smells and all
You know
this.
why?
Because
I was thinking of how much, mushroom
look at look at Curly.
cheese those guys had in that show, Naked and Afraid.
Oh my God. I just don't get it. Like,
That's a lot of cheese, just saying.
I think they do that. You had your theory. My theory is it's to add to all the creepiness of being there. So you're already surviving and all that. You know what I would have done? I'd have made a Georgie coat right away out of you and let you dry up in the sun. I'd have peeled your skin with my bolo out there, and I'd have made me some shoes
don't
from the
get
other
me started.
contestants.
Trust me, when I watch that show, I come up with weird stuff. You
George,
don't want to know.
Well, what's weirder than skinning a couple layers of skin off you to make some shoes?
You don't want to know.
Mud pies,
Man.
mud balls. Look at Curly over there. Look how cute she is.
They would have kicked me out of the freaking show right away.
See her?
Which one?
Look how cute she is. Curly over there. See her with her eyes open?
That's Curly? I thought that's Curly.
You know that's not Curly. Megan, we call Curly too because
Heidi,
Calvin calls his kid. I get two names.
I can't keep up with Heidi's name.
That's because my mind never stops racing, my good man. So therefore, one name is not good enough for the cats. That's why the kids have two names.
No, she's really cute. Yeah.
It's kind of like a middle name. I call her Curly because Calvin, Sunshine Shoulders, has a dog that he calls Curly, and I think she just had puppies. Yeah. And I like the Three Stooges. We were raised on. That's what us kids reminded my dad of. I'm surprised he didn't name us after him. And probably did. Probably got changed midway on.
Does that mean you'd be Curly?
Probably Mo.
Mo's the boss.
Exactly. So we call her Curly and Megan. So, but you're making the old lady hungry. Oh, we've been doing a lot of cooking, and now I'm about ready to make homemade sausage because you can't find any decent sausage. Then we can make sausage and biscuits.
I have homemade sausage.
I doubt it. I doubt it. More like Kikum made in China.
Damn.
Ted Koppel show. Dun, 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 dun. It's George's theme song. Rum cake. There you go. We did talk about doing a rum cake. Rum chocolate, anyways.
You're actually writing that down?
Yeah. I mean, I'm supposed to make several. They're not gigantic cakes. Yeah, I'm going to be making these cakes. I'm going to have cake like all day on our birthday. I'm not cooking you nothing.
No. I'm not hating, but rum cake's not on the top of my list. I mean, I'm just being honest here.
Well, what if I make the white chocolate with the rum and the slices of mango in it, the dried mango,
Well,
with maybe wasabi or
that's
something?
different. Is that why you bought those mangoes?
Yes, I'm gonna put it in the white chocolate
Oh,
or the dark
I thought you were
chocolate.
just gonna eat the mangoes.
No, I bought a packet yesterday that was Philippines at when we were at the
So those are
mall.
for the cake, really?
That's either for a cake or that's supposed to go in the white chocolate. I'm gonna cut them in little pieces. I said I was gonna make the white chocolate mangoes and rum. I said I was gonna use Candiwai or some sort of rum to flavor the white chocolate.
You're the only white chocolate I need, Toby.
That's the name of our new channel. You know how they have that? Hey, you know how they have? Let me see. Tell me what you guys think. You know what's his name? Black man in the Philippines. That one that was complaining about his wife and went through all that stuff, and he likes to rag on Calvin and everything. I said, what if I call myself? We open up another channel and just call myself Big White Chocolate of the Philippines.
Right.
What do you think? Might work. White Chocolate Philippines. Thank you, Raymond. Hey, what's going on? Our Philippine journey. Happy 4th of July.
He might.
Yeah, we were coming up on the 4th of July, but we were out and about yesterday.
No, we've been busy.
Strangely, the mall was, for the most part, partially empty.
It was raining. Nobody wants to go out in the rain.
Filipinos are always already out in the rain.
Yeah, but did you forget there's a tropical depression, aka there's a storm going on?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Before I'd have been worried. Now I'm like, what? Just another day.
No, I'm not joking. There really was.
Hey, lost
there
in
really
the
is a storm going
PH.
on.
What's going on?
Yeah. No,
George always wore black before Elvis, like almost every day.
No, babe. Remember, most Filipinos are on bikes.
They still don't have anything on when they're on those bikes.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not being,
You are. You are just being. Just you. Just Jack. Just George. No, most of his clothes are black. He was wearing a lot of the cartoon shirts he had, but you've had those for a few years. They're starting to wear down. We'll probably switch up with some new ones, but
No,
he used to always
I hate
fading
to say this,
out. Cats
they're
are
old.
scratching him up.
They're
Yeah,
old. I mean,
so
it's been a while. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he has a bunch more clothes, but he's kind of like me. Like I've probably got, I don't know, like 40 or 50 outfits that I can switch in and out. But being I have the same ones up on the hanger and they keep going through the laundry. That's why I
and
keep.
this isn't a black.
And I have a bunch of them upstairs.
It has designs on it. You just
But
can't
no,
see
he
it.
looks,
Yeah.
and if it's okay if you like black. I mean, it just, yeah.
Once you go black, just saying.
Oh, I remember. Nobody eats that anymore. Yeah, in my grandmother, when she did the impossible pie that had mostly eggs and you put flour, then coconuts added and vanilla. So there's kind of a mix up of it. Oh, you have the dentist in an hour, so just wasting time. Yeah, the rain. Oh, here's another thing. That dehumidifier, I was telling Sarah about it, that did fill up in 24 hours. It holds like 14 bottles of water. And usually it takes 2 or 3 days. And just in the last 24 hours, and that's a lot of water. I remember, like, even in Florida, when I had one of those containers you got from the Dollar Tree, what did it take? A day, 2, 3 days, a week? And then it was half filled with water. And you're like, wow, look at this. No, when this sucker gets opened up and it's dumped out and you see how much water's in it, it's like, where'd that come from? So it's like, no, it used to stick on my back is what happened.
Right.
So, yeah, and then we had a smooth transaction yesterday at the bank. Hey, what's going on, Snowman? Greetings to all. Hope you're doing well. True story. Occasionally spray small amounts of different scents on me. Anyways, I was at a bar buying drinks. The dude standing next to me told me I'm wearing different perfumes. He worked at the perfumery. I did. I told George this, that one of my first few jobs was a movie theater, and I worked at McDonald's, and I worked a few fast food. I worked at Arby's for a while. I'm trying to think of other ones. I worked at Walmart at some point, but the job after all those, I worked at a department store that sold. It was like a pharmacy slash. Had like perfume counters. It was almost, I guess, like it wasn't Walgreens, but they sold everything in the store. But it had a whole perfume area and makeup area, and I was responsible for that area. And it was one thing that I learned was a bunch of perfumes. The biggest selling one back in '89 was Poison. Every woman came up and got Poison or Cody's Musk. That was my signature scent. Was either that vanilla scent that they had all the time or Cody's Musk. And I used to love Cody's Musk. That was just like
that vanilla thing gets old.
I'm a vanilla freak, so I actually what I do on an average day is I'll put vanilla on like my grandma used to do, and it's just the right amount because if I get all the different but no, I hear you on that one. Had to have my Maya tat removed. Oh snap! Now you can put mine on there.
Oh, I didn't know yet.
Maybe he's joking, but maybe not. I have one on my leg, and I kept saying I was going to get a Philippine Antics, and I thought about other people that's had tattoos of their YouTube, and these are all over the world. Like I've seen some in America that would put the full emblems and everything, and then I'm like, no, but I was supposed to get one here, and we were going to put 2 bears or something or pandas, and I said, but if George won't get one, and then he said his mother would just off him if he got one. You ain't got the stomach for it anyways. What would your mom do?
Nothing really.
Oh, so you're just being self-respecting today? You just don't want a tattoo. I respect you for that, and just do it in the middle of the night when you're not looking. Okay. Oh, what's going on? Chesma said, I stayed 1 month in the Philippines and had to leave. My Filipino left me also. Aww, in Thailand. Aww, I'm over the Philippines. Here's the thing. Let's get into a little bit more of the gossip about the Privacy Act and everything before we jump into Papi's Bar and Grill. That, yes, I believe with this privacy thing, I believe it is for what it is. It's more about privacy towards the young people, the women, exposing people, ones that don't want to be exposed. I don't know how far they're going to dig into it, how much more that they're going to add into it, how they're going to enforce it and everything. But we know it's about privacy. And we were already doing mostly live streams. That's why we didn't record yesterday. And we'll probably just do where we're the only ones in the scene. We're going to, create that content. But in saying that, I believe more people will go to other countries if they're really, because it's kind of in your blood almost. Think about it. Like people can't.
Yeah.
You don't think people choose to go somewhere else?
Yes and no.
What do you guys think? Do you think they'll skip over the Philippines?
Yeah,
if
you have to
they're
remember
vlogging,
there's a small majority.
But there are some that want to be here that have been to Thailand, and they'll just
thing, Heidi. And chat will disagree with me, even though reality is. Here's a reality.
Enforcement?
No. Forget that. Any vlogger, regardless, I do say that everybody's a vlogger. No, I don't.
Pretty much.
I don't mean it literally. First off, I don't mean it literally. I'm exaggerating. Second off, not everybody's a vlogger. Third, a lot of people don't vlog. What I'm saying is, people will go to the Philippines regardless of what law there is.
No, I know that. But a lot of people aren't vloggers, and they're still uploading on TikTok or Facebook.
Majority. They're small. They're a minority.
But they can't pick and choose who they're going to actually nail to the wall.
It doesn't matter. The point being is they're still a small minority. Whether they nail them or they don't, they're still a small minority.
Well, I didn't say it was okay. Facts.
Probabilities,
I didn't say that it was the end of people not coming here. It will
know
slow them
that,
down, and there are a bunch of people making money.
What I'm saying is, the internet, as it were, oh my gosh, you'll slow down tourism. Not really.
Well, okay, I didn't. Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Point being is, everything's so blown up on social media. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's Trump, Biden, doesn't matter.
Oh, it's always sensationalized. Yeah, correct. Sensationalized on everything. Control,
sensationalized. Oh, like ice is everywhere. No, ice is not everywhere. But point being is, everything is over sensationalized
and dramatized. Correct. I like drama. I like drama. Speaking
Right.
of drama, let's get into the Papi Bar and Chill.
Okay, speaking of dramatized now, here we go.
Traumatized. All right, so
There's issues.
oh my God, check this out.
K Dallas, thank
You
you
see
so
this?
much. I appreciate you, K Dallas.
Hey,
you
K
so much. I
Dallas,
appreciate you.
thank you so
Happy
much.
4th of July. What is that?
Oh, I can't see what it says. It just says hiya.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the super
you so much.
sticker. Thank you so much. Yeah, I lost my
Yeah, I appreciate you. We appreciate your support. Thank you for your birthday support, as it were.
Let's see, I'm over the Philippines. Where was we
And
at?
4th of July support.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was in Thailand. Yeah, it looked like fun. Just continue to be yourselves. Yeah, pretty much we have.
Thank you, Jojo.
Thank you. I have 9 years of mostly good memories here, but time to move on. There is a limit, and it seems to be that people get to a certain point, whether it's 7 years, 8 years, and whether where the ability. But for like me, being I have medical conditions, and we have pets, and now we've got new pets here, it'd be hard. It'd be really hard to take this amount of pets with us and keep moving around. Plus, like I said, to go back to the U.S. or to go somewhere else. I mean, believe me, I thought about it. I was like, Japan would be nice if we could figure out a visa. But then we start thinking we're both foreigners at this point. If we thought even Mexico again or something, we have the ability to go back there. And I'm like, the mountains would be nice again, but it would be nice. But yeah, it's kind of get a itching in there. George can put the tattoo on his butt. Yep, your mom won't see it there. Yeah, he's just fought me on that, and so me putting one on me for us just kind of flipped the other way. I was just gonna do it, and the Thai visa system is full of chaos. I believe it. I think all of the companies, all the countries have a issue. I thought it was pretty easy in Mexico. It was easy when we first came in here. George got his pretty easy. Yeah, I agree with you, and that's somebody who covered it really well was our Philippine journey. At first, we weren't going to cover it. We wouldn't have gone that much into depth, and you did, and I'm glad that you did. It tells people where it actually is, and we had talked to an attorney also, and he told us like some basics. And basically, we knew that it was back in 2012, and the Privacy Act's always been there. When all the vloggers came in, starting like heavy duty in 22, 21, 23, after the country reopened, it really got crazy. And you'll see where a bunch of them just don't care whether their cameras in people's faces. People have attacked them based on it. And the enforcement will be interesting, but it will also, I just don't.
And like I said, the biggest ones that they're gonna go after are probably Philippine.
For me, it's more of a curiousness, Mike, because I just seen a bunch of them on Facebook again, and one of them was showing like a fire, and there were people jumping off the roof, literally the hot tin roof, and there were people up in their camera, and they've got 60,000 people on there. They're getting stickers, and everybody's running around unblurred out just from yesterday. And I'm like, these people will continue to drop these videos, and it's putting Filipinos half unalived on the roads, broken necks, and I'm like, when are they going to stop?
They post anything and everything under the sun.
And also, I just noticed this. Maybe it's if you're on the really on a commercial side, but since when did YouTube or when did Facebook start to allow where you can do somebody's selling for 1,500 pesos. They do personalized videos, and it's through Facebook. It actually has an option to, when you're under the video, it's something now you can set up through Facebook. What do they call those personalized videos? They have a name besides personalized video. And I'm like, that's a new feature. So not only that, he's selling them on Facebook on top of it, and that's fully monetized. We said even if you get 1 star, once you get so many watch hours, that puts you into another category, and you don't need to You don't need anything. They didn't even. I don't think they even asked you for a TIN number. So that's what I mean. I don't know how they're going to determine. I don't think the commercialized side stops the people
No,
from
it
being
won't.
in trouble. If you put a kid's face up non-monetized and you have, where she has no shirt on and all of her bits are hanging out as a child, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. So, but how are they? When are they? And all the platforms. And so it's going to be, or it'll just be as like our attorney had said, it's going to be on the basis of you've got a child on your camera and that's what's going on. She's just got a half of a diaper on or something, or you're specifically following a female around on the street and then she's being fully exposed the whole time, or you're up in their face and they're uncomfortable. They're talking more of the Vitelli stuff, or Johnny Somali and some of these others that are just rude vloggers, but it's not going to just be foreigners. It's going to be Filipinos, and when and how. If somebody's here for 3 days and they upload before they leave, we kind of went through this the other day. Where's the line on? I think it'll be case to case basis. Just like they have the defamation, and there's all these other rules about these videos being out there. There are a lot of rules on all these and laws. Which ones will be enforced and for what reason? So yeah, until it actually fully gets enforced, or until it's we'll see how it actually goes on that. The Philippine government actually enforcing it, which I don't believe they will. Most bloggers will leave. I don't think most of them will leave. Like George said, it's not going to be all of them. But if we were relying on most or half of our income, there are vloggers that are only living on that. There was just a guy that his full income is relying on that. And so he's a walk around vlogger and been living here for a few years. Yeah, he's going to have to, I can't see that full time he's going to have cameras up in people's face, but he may still decide. And then you're still risking the tax thing, not being licensed, and they're going to focus on those foreigners. They're definitely going to check all this out. And then what? You can be approached by people on the street. Don't vlog. That's what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to get shut out by the stores. We already have the last year. Every time we've been asking, most of the stores will say, no, we really don't want you doing the employees. So we've asked, we've been getting turned down more and more. And so I think that'll get that way. I think Filipinos will get kind of, hey, you shouldn't be recording these people. And I'm like, well, did you tell the other Filipino to stop? And, it's going to be a, this and that. And we don't want to go through that. So it's
It's sometimes it's a lot easier just to follow the flow of the river. And what I'm getting at is, it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. Sometimes the best way is just to follow the flow of the river. What I'm saying is, for example, somebody like fights a copyright thing, and can we fight it? Yeah, but guess what? It's really not worth it in the end.
yeah, so it's kind of like the copyright thing. I guarantee 8 out of 10 vloggers are using something, music, photos, or something they're not supposed to. It looks like even things in Canva and CapCut, they're now saying, based on their new thing that you sign, it's not an NDA. What do they call the other one? Not the disclosure. But when you sign up now, it's saying a bunch of that stuff is not usable commercial-wise. You can use it to show a birthday video to your family, but once you cross it over, it's kind of been like that, but they've added a bunch more. They just had to sign something else that's totally changed. And so a lot of the laws are being broken while they're doing that. So I think it'll take years to get this all, figuring out. And I think most countries do have this. Even Thailand, I'm sure, has a bunch of them in place, but they're all doing it anyways. And then they do rely on the tourism. It's like, hey, we don't want to upset the tourists. We don't want to upset our people. Our people are making money now. And so it will be kind of an all over the place thing. Actually, in the Philippines is now even behind Cambodia in tourism, behind Vietnam, Malaysia, and Thailand. Yeah, it seems like those other countries are really picking up in tourism.
Okay, well, just real quick, for there's a problem with. I'm not sure about Cambodia, but Thailand. Okay, this is a personal opinion. I'm not talking about facts here, although if you follow Thailand, you will agree with me. Thailand is very relaxed when it comes to the laws and rules and laws and all that kind of stuff. Now,
I thought they beat people with a
um,
bamboo stick just for some
that's
simple stuff.
Korea.
I thought that was
No,
that was
that's not
Korea
that.
that did that.
Yes.
I thought Thailand got
Now,
that kid
Thailand
with the
is
bamboo
known
stick.
for its horrible prisons. But point being is Thailand is really
I thought
lax.
Thailand beat that white boy with the bamboo stick for something that happened a few years ago. He got
Korea.
like 40. You sure?
Korea.
Hmm.
Now you're
Let me know, guys. What white kid got it? That college kid that did something. I thought he got like 50 lashes from the bamboo or something. I thought Thailand was the rough one. Snowman says you can edit that part out of the capture people without their consent. Yeah, but here's the thing: like in parades, I mean,
Singapore.
Singapore. Okay, it was. There is a way of doing it. We just seen a couple Filipinos. The ones that's got like 5 million. It's going to be hard for them to avoid it. They've got attorneys, people in the background. They've been doing it a while. They did the people that were in their group with them, and then the waiter got totally blurred out with the gray. And then they, you said it's called bokeh.
Okay,
And
yeah.
basically you could slightly see
It's
people.
an easy edit. I mean, I don't.
It is,
But
but
point being, it's kind of pointless doing an out and about video if that's what you're gonna do.
right, you could just
That's
be.
kind of dumb, in my opinion. You might as well just sit in your room and tell the story.
But
anyway.
it is, I guess, except for people are just going to record because they're out and about, and it is some sort of scenery. But
what I'm saying is, if you're gonna bokeh
It
it, but
is.
anyway. But what I'm saying is okay. First off, the Philippines.
I agree.
Sorry, Philippines or Philippine government or Filipinos. We're a bunch of copycats. Most of Philippine law are copied from a certain country. In fact, most of our laws are copied from American laws. Fact. You don't argue with me. It's fact. You gotta be, there's no point in arguing with facts. Now, for example, Thailand decided to get rid of their red street and change it, and guess what happens in the Philippines? They decided to change walking street into red street, which is, to me, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, Geo and Our Philippine Journey.
So what I'm saying is, Thailand has its own laws, but as far as, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like this. It's like Philippines is trying to compete with a lot of Southeast Asian countries, which is Thailand and Vietnam mainly. Okay, because why Vietnam? It's because of the pharmaceuticals, and the Puff Puff Pass deal. That's what Philippines is trying to catch up with as far as legalities are concerned. Now, as far as other legalities, they're trying to catch up with Thailand. Point being is they're trying to copy certain things like, if we copy this part and copy this part, we'll come up with the perfect country, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, what's your point, George? My point is, this is all going to pass, and it's all going to change. Now, whether or not they're going to follow, point being, Philippines.
I think it's down. I think they're going to get down to the brass tacks of who's really being invaded, and then they're going to start applying.
Thank you. Point being
privacy.
Is eventually they're going to change the rules into a certain thing, but right now it's all a temporary phase.
So then we're down to cops
and
that are
then
on the
again,
street.
like Heidi says, who's going to enforce it? And forget
the cops are making
forget the
$20 a
enforcement
day
thing.
or less. They're
Point
not
being
going.
is
They don't enforce them little babies being carried around on a motorbike.
And point being is, again,
They're like, not my
I
business.
know most of our chat or most of our audiences are expats. I'd hate to break it to you. They're mostly going to go after Filipinos. The only time they're going to go after foreigners if you're going to pull a Vitali or a Somali. That's the only time they're going to go after you.
Yeah. Let's see. Personally, it's all being overblown, but I think it's just content for. There's a lot of Filipinos covering this right now. It sounds like they're more pushing it on it being foreigners, and I'm like, most of Facebook is the Filipino channels. Yeah, they're saying right here. The Filipinos somehow are making $800 from Meta. I don't know. It's possible, but here's my deal. I doubt most of them are registered.
That's specific. It says a Filipino.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Filipino. There's a,
No, it's possible.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Not, I'm not saying it's not possible.
there
Yes, it is
are a lot of
possible, yes.
Filipinos making money through Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And but see, the thing is, I don't know where they think they're not supposed to be registered because it's online. It's free money. And we're talking. There's quite a few Filipinos
Well,
making money that way.
You have
It's
to
still an
remember,
income.
it's some. There are always exceptions. There are always exceptions. Do some vloggers make money? Yes. Do some TikTokers, which again, TikTok is the hardest place to make money from? Yes. It's kind of like Call of Duty, and I only brought this up is, did you know that some Call of Duty players make 15 grand a month just playing a freaking video game? They're the exceptions to the rule. The
Yeah, I
point
hear you.
being is there's always somebody exceptional.
Oh, check it out. That's what Chosen One's saying. He's dropping his channel on his own accord. Money was never an issue, but I can't be a slave to this life for little money. It's pretty much where it is. Mostly, we initially said it was just to show the family.
I wouldn't vlog for money ever.
Then we were pleasantly surprised when it happened a few years for us. It started out with like $20 a month, 25, and I think a good month we have $200 or $300. We don't have much more beyond that, but then the money's just reinvested back into the channel for SD cards, storage of all of our videos. There's a lot more to it than, we don't put them. It's just kind of hard to, but it's a reinvestment back in equipment and all that, and you basically never get caught up with doing that. The computer was a necessary evil recently, so there's all that money. And right now we were talking that it's a couple thousand US a year, okay? And it's just not. So of course your hours break down to about 10 cents an hour or something that you're making, or $1 an hour, not even that. And it's just, yeah, you have to do it because you want to. And I think it's a big way of communicating with people. It's a semi hobby. Like for us, it's, we got so used to, meeting up with people. It's a communication thing. And I think that's other ways people are doing it. But I think a lot of Filipinos are outright, and foreigners are just like, they need that money and they're desperately driven by it. I've seen channels like crazy. I mean, no offense to Mike, not you, Mike. I'm talking about Mike's retirement that we watch or have. I haven't watched him in a couple weeks. But to me, he's getting an income, right? And when he got here a few years ago, I think it's been less than 2 years, he started mocking and copying Paul, Old Dog New Trick. Like all of his stuff was Paul's stuff. He appeared with Paul. He did with what's his name that quit his channel? What's the guy that ended up in detention center? I forgot his name. Zoom, World Zoom. And they all used to hang out. So they did this thing where they hung out. He built his channel, and to me, he's doing a full-time job. He's always live streaming. He makes a video every day. Now, whether he's editing his own videos and then his wife's doing a channel and editing videos, they're doing real estate on the side. And I'm like, no, that's a full freaking time job. And it seems you guys need that money at this point. It just seems so desperate. And he's the one channel that I can think of on the top of my head where it's just so much stuff. It's just like, it just seems like it's like, like they need the income and stuff. It's a lot of work. Hey, Dallas says I was in Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, it was
Singapore. Okay, I thought it was Thailand. Yeah.
Yeah, the caning. Yeah, I was wrong. I said
Tony
Korea.
said Thailand taxes laws are ridiculous. They want to tax everything. Yeah. Speaking of taxing, they said with that new bill in the United States that just passed, they're saying that the remittances will be, which will affect the foreigners here. Not terribly, I mean, but in the end, it'll be $200-300 US a year because a lot of guys remit their money from their bank account. It says now that it will tax all remittances to foreign countries. So they will get 1 or 2%, 1% of it. So if they're sending 2,000-3,000 a month to themselves through their bank, they're going to start. That will add up every month. Oh no! Why don't you eat your nuts?
I'm laughing because
Singapore, yeah.
I made 1.36 pesos this month
for
my bank.
I made 0.46 on mine, so I made almost $1.
That was my interest. After taxes.
Like my interest for you, mine was 46 pesos.
How come mine's bigger?
How do you mean? So you made almost 2?
It's 1.36.
Okay, mine was 46 pesos.
Oh, 46 total. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't hear that. I thought you made 0.46.
No. No, it said that it said something interest something plus
Yeah, I know.
46.
Yeah, I just thought it was.
Which I'm trying to figure. I mean, it's not like I have that kind of money. We're not, like I said, that tells you how rich we are. That's not very much interest. But trying to show you guys this Facebook channel, not sure if it's connected. Yeah, you're not going to, we don't have links on our channel for multiple reasons. The things we block. And so if you're trying to upload a link during a live or our videos, and we don't click on
Actually,
links.
a lot of channels don't.
You'd be surprised.
I
I've
said a
seen
lot.
bigger
I
channels
didn't
that allow,
say- I
and
didn't
it's
say
just too much of an open.
All. I said
When
a
we
lot.
used to do that in the very beginning, we had everybody dropping their corn hub stuff, and every smelly girl from the south to the west was actually attaching stuff to the account through Facebook, and we don't click on the links anyways because that's how people lose their accounts. So we just don't.
That's called
It's
fishing.
rare. Yeah, they're fishing, and it's worse than ever. Filipino YouTube channels make expat and foreigner channels look like, yeah,
No,
right?
Yeah, no, this is true.
And
They're
yeah, and
huge,
they
yes.
are it's kind of like,
No, this is
the
true.
Americans make the worst fun of Americans, and the British make the worst fun
American
or
channels
or
are the last thing the government's
expose.
going to go after.
Yeah. But beware, and I'm going to keep
Unless
saying
you're
this.
Vitali. Again, like if you're going to pull a Johnny Somali or Vitali, yeah.
I keep mentioning the taxes and being registered and all that, but here's the thing. I bet you that's not even brought up to him, and he was here for a few months. So the whole point is he was here. Did they check all that stuff? Do you think that came up? Probably not. So it just depends on how they want to nail you to the wall.
He wasn't here long enough.
He was here. He's been in and out of here recording and doing things, and I think he was here. He had been going everywhere before all this happened. He had been here for a while.
But to get an ACR, how long do you have to be here?
I don't know, 60.
Yeah, I didn't think he was here that
I
long.
would go look. There was other recordings. He has been here.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not sure if it was 60 days, but I'm pretty sure I had seen that he had been here for a while. That when he's been going to different areas. He's been here for a little bit before all this happened.
I'm aware of that.
Okay. I'm just like giving an example or. Let's see. I have seen people vlogging outside and not showing people and using a drone.
That's another thing. Drones are a different story too.
Well,
but you have to remember too, drones. I guess they're getting less and less popular now.
Well, here's another thing. Isn't there a whole different law once you go up so far above in areas? Aren't you supposed to?
No.
It's a
Drones,
different
you need
beast.
a permit. Yada yada yada. Blah blah.
But
I'm not gonna
same
get
with
into
that.
the drone thing. I am a drone pilot. I fly my drone responsibly. I follow the
That is
FAA
true.
rules.
Bigger channels are making it somewhere else. Yeah, it's not going to change the fact of the Filipino law. But yes, they're making money in sponsorship or any money, even $1 is considered a form of employment. But yes, so yeah, because only less than 8% are making any money, and if you add in the other percentage, I probably put it at 20%. But there might be more along 30 or 40% that are making one form or another that are on social media. But crazy enough, most of them are just doing it for free. Like a lot of them, it's just to show family or they got used to it.
And that's another thing you guys have to remember, that not everybody you see on YouTube actually makes money or care to make money. I've known, it's kind of weird. I do follow a few YouTubers, which I really don't follow YouTubers, put it that way. And they were like, "Oh, he doesn't care. He's a millionaire."
Yeah, I hear
like,
you.
And I was like, "What?" And I Googled them. I'm like, there's the couple YouTubers that I follow are millionaires, and they don't do YouTube because they need the money. They're just bored. You know what I mean?
Oh, I totally missed that. Our Philippine Journey said Monday his video went into the remittances. Yeah, I didn't get to see that one yet. Or at least I missed that part of it. Yeah, much bigger than most. Yeah, I think it's going to add up and it'll be more of a problem. Not sure, John. Good morning, John and Claire. Good to see you guys. Beautiful couple. Check out their channel.
I don't think they did.
But I don't know. I heard he's deported. Not sure. I don't know if you're talking about.
I don't think they did.
Q.
Maybe not. I don't think so.
Are you talking about Vitelli? No, he's still in jail. No,
That's
if
what I
you're talking
mean.
about that, no, Vitelli's still
yeah,
there.
no, I don't think they did.
They talked about he got a bail for sure, but that means he still stays in the country. It's like a preemptive thing that he'll get out maybe after court, and that there's something, but they'll still take bail from you.
Crap on them. I'm just saying.
It's 60 days. So at 60 days, if you guys are here, most of the people recording here are here long term, and so those are the ones running long term social media, or it's just like an everyday thing. Okay, so let me get into now that get into the other part that I wanted to get into about. And Mike, let me know our Philippine journey if you have a chance to let us know what you've actually heard. But we're going to go into Far East Papi's YouTube channel. They've been around for a couple years, and then they decided to open an actual bar, and they opened a restaurant, hotel slash. He took on a partner. Initially, it seemed like they. You might want to fill in. I'm doing like three things at once. That they I thought they said they bought it. I guess the investment they said was over 3 million is what the rumor was, that they really put a lot of US money into it. There might have been multiple.
I believe Drake is the one that said that.
And because
I don't the video.
Because I don't think that all that equipment, tables and the stuff that they brought in, I don't think that would have been the 30,000 US. That was peso. You think that was a peso fee though, or peso amount, or US? You think they had 3 million? That just doesn't.
I remember the 3 million statement, but I don't recall if it was dollars or pesos. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember.
It was probably
because remember pesos. Most of the time when people talk prices, they don't actually mention the currency. Even we don't. Oh, it's 3,000.
Yeah, Mike said.
Not saying it,
Mike did say that yes, the drones do require permits. Yeah, a lot of Mexico people don't realize. Like a lot of the big vloggers that we've seen here, they do get permission. Or I think when they're on their own property, like we've seen Kulos and some of the other
Kulos gets permits, that I know.
And so, yeah, really, honestly, when they say you need permits for everything, doing the way these vloggers are doing, technically, there's a lot of things they're supposed to. You need to be super registered here and all that. And we're like, and then they're kind of like,
and there's
well, if they're not doing it.
There was a big vlogger here in Angel City and flew his drone, and I'm like, you're not supposed to be flying that drone. That's why the drone flights I have here are like, basically you can grab a stick and like beat the drone down, because you really can't fly a drone. You can only fly a drone within a certain, you can fly it like a toy, but you can't fly it like a drone. If that makes any sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Are they here?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so you're not here yet. Yes. Okay. So you need directions?
Oh.
Okay. One second. Here, 1 second. Give me a minute. I'm not giving these on air. I can't find the mute button. 1 second, Poe. All right, guys, hold on a second. I can't continue here. I can't go in and get my stuff, and yeah, because I'm not giving them on air, George.
I know that. Is he still on?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Just so you guys know, be aware that
you make sure you didn't totally.
If you're in the province, especially, we're not in the province, but you probably do need to give direction, because they can't find your place.
Did you make sure you didn't pull that out when you tripped across the cords right up here? Right here. Make sure that that's not unplugged.
Well, the phone charger.
Okay, so I can't go forward with the stuff because you have it. Okay, never mind. I'll try to find it on here because everything was on the phone. So, can you shut the door? That's the whole point. And don't let the cats in. Don't let the dogs out. George, here comes the cats. Oh my God! Didn't make this. All right, so oh my God, where? Guess we didn't count on that. Looks like they're going to. They're never on time before, and they had the weirdest settings for a delivery from Landers. And it was either 9 to 11, which I guess that would be now, or it was some weird time frame of 1 to 5 or 1 to 4. There was a bunch of missing time slots. And I was like, yeah, and that means they'll come at 6 o'clock. Every time we do a 1 to 4, they come at 6 or 7 at night. And so now I can't find I cannot find, now he's got the cat pinned between the door. So she's going to scream the whole time. And oh, how frustrating. And I can't find my email. So technically, guys, he's got my notes. And they're actually technically not notes. I'm trying to get to the or the Facebook account that has the comments from people because people dropped all kinds of comments on. Let's see. Let's see if I can even get it to. In Vietnam, they call expats foreign losers. They probably do that here now. I know that when they see a age gap relationship couple, or like me and George, there's a big height and size difference, and I look older than him. He looks half my age. There's only a 3-year difference. Oh, I know they gossip here, and definitely, I think they do that in a lot of countries. So. Mary, stop. Still looking for that. Yeah, there's about the drones, ACR. Here in the U.S., if the illegal self-deport, the U.S. will give them 1,000. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, if they actually did that with this alligator detention center and the bad things that are going on. Mary, be good. You never bark. Mary, come here, honey. Come here. Come here. Hey. Okay, it's okay. I don't know why you get so excited. You get so excited. But I feel with everything going on and the ones that are being caught and then they find out that they're not criminal, they're still upset that they caught them, but they're illegal. So I do believe in immigration. I think the fees are astronomical. I think the way they're doing it is cruel, and they need to, like, Mary, stop. Stop, stop, stop.
No, he's still.
Yeah, right here. And can I have my phone back? Because it really made it hard. All my stuff was on there. And so I believe the way it's being done is all wrong, but they are giving them a chance. I was telling George, if that was me here, like quite a few expats are way overdue. They owe a bunch of money. And if they're offering that money and tickets to go home, and they did that to me, and I was stuck in a nasty rut like that, and before sitting in the detention centers here, hell yeah, I'm going to go. So I would agree they should be taking advantage of. I think the way it's being done is awful cruel and everything. That's weird. As soon as you handed the phone to avoid saying the directions, which it's not hard to find us because of our videos for those that know the area. And honestly, I wish a bitch would try to come to our house, just to say hi. But all in all, yeah, I'm not going to give out our physical address either. So it's kind of an odd situation, but it's at the same time he jumps up to go to the bathroom and the guys, I can hear him in the background and everything else. It gets a little odd when you're live. And usually I don't do well on handling things like that. I mean, I'm just like, what's going on? So George is very laid back, but so laid back that it's Mary, stop. She never barks. That's another thing. Mary never barks. Mary, stop. Even when the trash guy comes or the kids are outside or people that she doesn't know, she rarely does it. Stop, Mary. Too much going on. Yeah, okay, so it was 1%. Traveling halfway around the world. Yeah, so let me see if I can find. Did he help you bring that up?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Same deal.
Oh, you're talking about that one right there? Yeah, that seems to be the coconut juice because I'm making my own electrolytes. So a lot of this that we get from Landers is like we get the packs of bottled water delivered, and we have a water filter, but it's easier to put them in the fridge or travel for us. And we got a bunch of coconut water, but they put a bunch of them in is the biggest thing. So let me see if I can get into. There it is. Okay. All right, so there were two posts that were extremely odd from less than a week ago. It's somebody that seems to be with Drake Hotel and Papi, but it's weird how they said it because there was a lot of confusion from the people. Like when they seen this, they were like, I'm confused by what you're saying. You're saying something about pray for him, but then you're talking about him at the same time, and it seemed odd. And then there was just somebody that asked what's going on. But in a nutshell, from reading everything, again, until they go to court, until this is in a court of law, this is just stuff that's on the internet that we're reiterating. These are people's comments. There is a lot of interest in them. It says Papi's Bar and Drake Hotel needs our support. Followers of Jesus, please pray for them. And this is where they got confused. I'm a friend and a witness of their love and compassion. They are unable to defend themselves until they finish with court and prove that they have been diligent in paying their bills. Here's the thing. According to sources and other comments from people that say they're in the area, they're saying that the bills didn't get paid. Chubbs WC outright said he needed to pay his employees and unpaid electric bills and all this stuff. Here's somebody, oddly, that's making a statement that, hey, what they're actually saying. I have been in a situation where I was falsely charged late fees or told that I was not entitled to my security deposits. It was odd that they put that in there. Please pray that they will resolve this matter and determine that they are innocent of any wrongdoings. Well, the whole thing is it looks like they're not there, and the employees are complaining they're not being paid. So they're asking people to just pray for them. The destroyer comes to lie and steal and end happiness and lead to spiritual destruction. So they threw this whole God thing in there on the end of it, right? So a bunch of people left comments. Now, what I'm to understand on this post and the other post is that a employee took over at least the one on Walking Street. She's looking for financing and dealing with the owners or rent people that own that section or something. And so I'm going to go through some of the comments, but there's been a lot of interest in this going on. And this is where we were talking about when you come to the Philippines, don't start a business. If you guys are bored, can you find the calculation of, hey Siri, what is 3 million divided by 56?
56 is approximately 53,500.
It's probably pesos. That'd be about right. 50, 60,000 US dollars. Although it seems like they really put a lot into that, but things are a fraction of the cost here for certain equipment versus the US. Because in the US, you would need a lot of money to do this restaurant hotel thing. But I don't think that was 3 million US. It just, the place didn't seem to have 3 million US dollars worth of stuff if they didn't buy the building. If they're just doing like the rental, here, have some coffee. You look tired.
Well, it's a reno.
Huh?
It's a renovation.
Right, but
It was already a hotel. All they did was renovate it.
I don't think it was 3 million US. Do you think that's how much they put into the whole thing, or the almost 60,000? It's hard saying. Let me know what you guys think. Here are some comments from the people. I don't know what dying water buffalo means. I guess that's a dying bar water, or what they call water buffalo, watering hole or something. But someone said dying water buffalo, praying for all parties. Followers of Jesus are supposed to be praying about a bar. I'll pray for one more than Papi's burgers. They were damn good. Somebody said show no mercy, which I thought was funny because that's his wife's name.
Okay, well, just real quick, I'm not going to go deep into religion, but where in the Bible does it state that you can't have a drink or going to a bar is not good?
Okay. What a
I'm just saying,
gibberish.
Like, that's like a self-righteous Bible thumper.
Here are people standing up for him. They said they know some people of Drake. Hotel, I always know them as good people. They treated people fairly. I hope everything works out. My granddaughter and I will be sad if Papi and Drake's place really do shut down.
They've been shut down. They've been shut down.
Here's somebody saying it like it is. Don't invest in the Philippines. Don't come here and start businesses.
You can invest in the Philippines, but you have to be bigger than these guys are.
Well, that or somebody said they had, in all the comments, this is what I'm reading, they said they had little to no experience. This is just off the
that's
fly.
another thing, yeah.
They were not lifetime restaurant, they just didn't have, I think they just had a passion.
It's like this.
Nothing wrong with passion.
It's like this. Can you open a bar in the Philippines? Yes, but you have to have a Filipino partner who knows the lay of the land, that kind of deal. You can't just go in solo because you have another American partner with you. No. You have to have Filipino partners because I'm not being racial or anything. It's kind of like if I was a rich Filipino, not that I am.
You probably need your phone
If I'm a rich Filipino and I flew to the U.S. and started a bar, I'll probably fail if I don't ask for help.
You have to get any of the comments from your phone.
You know what I'm saying?
Here it said here, as we have to state, like people are saying, what are they being accused of and by whom? Okay, why are they not online over disputing these wild rumors? Their attorney's probably telling them that much. And so I'm sure where that's coming from. And it says, why aren't they defending themselves?
Yeah, they can't, they won't, and they shouldn't because of legal matters.
Let's see, keep Jesus out of it. Someone's been on the juice there. Then they said there was a full falling out. I'll get to those. There's two. I've been reading them both, and then I seen the second post that was on here. And one of them, they said that there was a falling out. I don't know if it was with Drake, the two guys, the partners, or if it was the hotel. It seemed by all the other comments, it was dealing with the hotel itself. Literally the hotel. They was probably an all-in-one. They probably paid the electric bill also to the rent. I don't know anything about the situation, but it sounds like the tables were turned, and the foreigner scammed the Filipinos this time. Like, okay, it's kind of, but a lot of people were kind of confused by the actual. Let's see if this is the second one. Yeah, so here's around the same time it asked what's going on with poppies, and it seems like a few of these answered all the questions over and over again. And anytime I've seen the Chismas Mill go through Facebook and it's dealing with the expats, it seems the Filipinos nearby tend to cut in, or people that know them, because it seems like this person, there are two or three people that keep answering the same questions as if they were employees or them themselves. I mean, think about it. They're probably in there under another name, but it seems to be more information in on this one. Somebody said, they asked what was going on. It's really simple. It was bad management. And the owner who never belonged in the hotel and restaurant business. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The simple fact is they did not understand how to run a business, especially here in the Philippines. As for going through the legal system, this is really not a good option. It will take them years to get this done. And any money that the new owner paid is most likely done. Yeah, they said that one of the employees was taking over the small one. And that's another thing. Right in the middle of that, they've only been in business for 2 years. They opened up a second location, which was we were wondering why they would do that when they seemed to be not making any money. But yeah, so if you're opening a business here in the Philippines, it's going to be even harder in the Philippines on top of it. So it says they wouldn't be surprised if criminal charges come up behind all of this, depending on the amount of money. This person said they never liked the place. The food wasn't good. It was average. And at least 3 of their friends allegedly, I have to say allegedly, got food poisoning. And that the food made them sick. Yeah, I mean, if they don't know what they're doing, it's possible, or they cook too quick, or the employees didn't go through. Somebody did question, how did you get so much information? Just curious. Somebody says it's not true. The food was good. Now,
Well, that's
that's personal,
subjective.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's
we've
opinion.
been there. The food was just average.
That's opinion.
I
Yeah.
mean, we love Candy Palace, and there's several restaurants here that I would go back to over and over again. We would not return to Papi's at the price. I think they were definitely an expat overpriced.
There's a scale where price equals quality. It's not there.
No, I think their burgers were, to me, when we were comparing them to USP's, pretty much charging US
If you're
price for
if you're
subpar
paying a
food.
pretty penny, it better be tasting like a pretty penny.
No, Candy
Right.
Palace is off the chain. They charge a good price, and I'm just absolutely happy with the food there. There it just didn't seem to be. It was for us a novelty, and being able, being we watched the channel, and it's another expat. It was a supporting
in all
part.
fairness, we've been there more than once, but it's not. It's just it was okay. Put it that way. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
here's
saying
another
it's
person.
horrible.
They
I'm
said
saying
the
it's
food was
okay.
excellent. Yeah.
It was okay.
Well, here's the thing. Also, it depends if they. I don't know. Everybody's taste buds are actually
It's kind of like this.
different.
The way I see it is okay. For example, I went over there and I said, "Can I have a dirty bong water, please?" What is that? And then I just, zipped my lip. And then they Googled it. And they couldn't make it for me. The fact that it's a bar and they can't make dirty bong water, and they already Googled the ingredients and they can't make it.
Somebody said location is prime. Yeah, location, and then partner.
No.
You
That
got to have
location
partners. It was bad.
It was horrible. It's again, like I said, they're competing with high end and low end hotels at the same time.
Yeah, this
which
person
means
said
it's
that the
guaranteed to fail.
ingredients and the food was a dud for them. So here's somebody saying they didn't like. A lot of people said they didn't like the food.
The food was okay.
This person said the food was
it was
decent.
Okay. Yeah, it was
so
okay.
how does somebody describe food as being decent?
Well,
I ate at my aunt's house. It was.
It's just another word for okay. But point being is, you don't go to a restaurant to have okay food unless it's Denny's. You know what I'm
Check who
saying?
made a comment. Scott.
Well,
it is him. I'm sure that's his messenger. It is definitely him. We get messages from Scott. It says the Drake Hotel is gone, or just the restaurant. And the person said, yeah, both. It seems the other location, the one on Walking Street, they thought had been open. But no, that's definitely him. So that's, yeah, regular guy. even made a comment. Is it gone or not? Let's see. Angeles tourism has been dead now for months, and the hotel locations aren't that great. I found the food, talking about his place, the location wasn't that great, and they found the food to be good, but the business in the Philippines is extremely tough for anybody, and it is. Jobs, businesses, and that's why we're talking about this now, is to talk about that, starting a business and what happened with them. And now that they've taken off, we don't know. I'm betting they're staying silent because there's a full fallout. Maybe they did pay the owner and he's saying he didn't get it. No full facts are out there right now. They haven't made a statement, but there's been a lot of stuff going around on this. B. Chris in Asia did say, we've had him on our channel. He said he really enjoys eating there. Always looking forward to the staff. Now the staff was really nice. We like Eric and Mercy. They're salt of the earth people. I think there's something behind it. I really think this is something else. And here's the thing, a lot of people say that, hey, I would have owned up and manned up and I would have done this and that, until you're in their shoes to know. Maybe they are ashamed. Maybe there was a medical issue. Maybe money went to family in the U.S. or her family. I believe her family, I don't know I can't say her family's in Mexico or whatever. We know she's Hispanic. But we don't know. Until you're in their shoes, then you wouldn't know. So a lot of people, seem to have a lot of positive to say about them. Now, I think it's crappy the employees didn't get paid, but you still don't know what's going on. Let's see. Wonder what that's about. Somebody said July 1. There was a comment about July 1st. I wonder if that's a payment. Somebody here said they booked and paid for a room, but they don't know. They don't know when or if they're going to get it now. Makes sense because the site is still open.
No, you can still book a room there right now.
Okay, here's somebody seems to have an insider. They said they do owe a significant amount of money. Remember, the employees are probably yakking right now. It says they owe a significant amount of money to several people. See my explanation. Eric. Yeah, you'll have to go through the comments. I can't. Okay, here's another one. All right, here's another statement from somebody seems to be an insider. There has apparently been lots of stuff going on behind the scenes for quite some time. I can't go into a bunch of it, which it seems like they are, but the issue has been simmering for quite some time, and it only now recently come to a head. See, that's what I mean by an insider. I mean that wouldn't just like be me sitting here gossiping and making up a bunch of stuff on the side. This person says it's been going on. I think the comment you made about the food being awesome was also part of the problem. If you look at their menu, yeah, they kept adding stuff. It was a huge menu. Remember, it was a book. And what did the big chef say? You never make a menu that has 100 items. You have to keep the excess, and they're always changing it up. So it says that they just were overdoing it on everything. The cost of maintaining these foods for them was very bad and fiscal. Any restaurant has a core item to make, and they do it well, and some of the ingredients can cross with other things. Yeah, when you do the restaurant, you have to make sure that the hamburger is crossing into your chili and all that. They seem to have too much on their menu, so they weren't professionals in this field. They don't have 20 years of experience or had somebody in there. They didn't know like the basics, but it's been simmering for a while. I had followed all these parties and known them since before they got the hotel. There it is. It says they've been watching it being built also from scratch. Yeah, because they did it all on the YouTube channel. So, yeah, I know there's more comments than that. Bad management, seems like sad news, the construction, what a mess. Yeah, here's another person saying the location was just really bad. Location, location, location.
It's a horrible location.
It says
There's
I
restaurants
did not
everywhere.
know the owner's person, but one of them started, not Eric, and was an admin for a group of expats on a social network platform on Facebook since last year. Something about the group was strangely deactivated recently. There's nothing new. This sucks. I really like the food. Yeah, I don't see. There was a comment. See, I don't know where they're all at because there's 27 here, but there were 70. There's comments missing, guys, because what I read yesterday, and I was telling George, is they said that one of the employees was taking over. So I don't know if you guys actually can you guys hear us and everything? I'll make sure that we're still.
Did you show
I what?
Chosen One?
Not yet. I've been going through there. Give me a minute. I can't. As a matter of fact, that's probably when you should have that. And give me a minute, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday love. Do a birthday dance for us. Get up and do me a jig.
What?
Give me a. They can't see your feet moving.
Not like a.
Thank
that's
you
what a
so
jig
much,
is.
Chosen One. Oh, it's it. Thank you, Snowman, so much. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for being you with hearts popping out of his eyes. Oh, that's the
It's
sticker.
right here. Yeah, he's really
Oh,
cute. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, it's weird because it's. But thank you so much. I don't see how they could tax her on it. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, not sure. Hey, welcome back, Richie Abroad, Richie Rich Abroad. There's probably a bunch of statements, so I don't know. What the full thing is. I just know that what we've seen on our own and what people have been saying. But the whole thing of this one is they'll probably have their day in court. They may never come back. They may not even be in town. They may be in town. They may be silent because of their attorney. But I know one thing, the biggest thing that we wanted to say is just don't start these businesses, not even a sorry store. If you can't do it like what I've been talking about jokingly, like I'm just going to do candles and bacon candy or something, or start this chocolate and bacon thing and sell it twice a year as a limited edition, you're going to have to do it expecting to lose all the money because one, by the time you buy the ingredients and things and open the business, it's hard to sell that stuff to even Filipinos or expats.
He's probably talking about Drake's wife because she's the one on the paper because allegedly she's the only Filipino in the group.
Yeah. Hey, Linda. Traveling halfway around the road. Alligator Alley. Let's see. Yeah, I'll start here. Corner losers, but they the first ones in line knowing you have money, right? Thank you again, Linda. Hey, Google Bear, and thank you for the happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Right.
President Trump is lighting up. Is he lighting up?
Doubt it.
It's right. I doubt it. What do you think, my good man? You think he's really lighting up? No? Okay, we don't think so. We kind of disagree with you, man. Just kidding. I wouldn't doubt if that's what he does on the side, though, to be chilled. He has considered the farm workers who have been employed long enough. Yeah, see, I've got a problem with him. I know we need the farm workers, but what about all the other ones that are in line that have other jobs there? I get the farming thing, and it's required, but I don't know. It's kind of, do you think it's okay for him to make an exception of like there are people scrambling now getting attorneys and trying to keep them from throwing them out, and then they're just going to let the farm workers stay versus
like I said,
the housekeepers, the construction workers? What about the construction workers?
Same thing. That's all a sponsorship thing. As long as the company's like willing to sponsor them, aka pay for all their immigration crap and be liable for whatever they do,
then yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. That's all.
But it needs to be across the board, in my opinion.
Well, it's always been there. This is not something new.
but if they've got to come in legally, not already be illegal and then apply. But
No,
there's
I'm aware of that, but
okay.
there are some.
But my
What I'm
whole
saying
point
is,
is put
even
it
in the
across the board.
past,
Right. I know
even in
that.
the past,
Nobody's saying anything about that. What I'm saying is it needs to be across the board, just not the farm workers.
no, it's not. Well,
Why not the construction workers too?
technically, they could, yeah.
You think it's fair for it just to be the farm boys?
That's not what I'm saying.
I
What I'm
didn't
saying
say.
is, we don't know if this is just another, like, social media or
He said it out loud. He's been saying it out loud.
what he's. Okay, no offense to the president. What he says doesn't necessarily make sense.
I don't want to get into.
No, I'm not picking on him. What I'm saying is, it's kind of like Heidi. Sometimes she blurts out things that a lot of people don't understand, and I have to say, okay, why don't you explain to them what we're talking about? Yada yada yada. What I'm saying is, Trump, when he speaks, he assumes that you're on the same wavelength as he is, but not necessarily, because a lot of us don't know who he is or what he plans. We're not mind readers, and that's the problem with Trump. He tends to blurt out things and expect us to understand already. I'm not picking at him. I'm saying there's a lot of people that are like that.
No, I get it. Hey, what's going on, W? Hi from Queens. I never understood the Papi setup. They have a walking street location and one inside the hotel. In their videos, they alluded that they own the hotel also. Well, here's the thing. Their video in December 2 years ago, right before they opened, he goes, "We bought a bar and we bought a hotel," and I'm like, I don't think you guys outright bought it. I think even if they had 3 million, that would be.
The
But now we're
problem.
finding out there's rental and utilities behind, and
The thing is,
allegedly.
honestly, well, it's too late now. Eric and Mercy should never have been involved with the hotel in the first place, because first off, all they're really doing is that little bar of theirs, Papi's Bar and Chill, and that's why they have a branch in Walking Street, because that's their baby. And I get it that you want to, go into bed with somebody else for business, because it's business. But what I'm saying is,
I need to, yeah.
in Filipino terms, the saying is "mishaps," which means, well, because the hotel's going down, they got taken on for a ride. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why they opened up a second location. That's
No,
what
the
blew
second
my
location
mind.
is to. I get it, but like I said, remember, they're thinking of their own little box, their own little world, their own little business, which is Papi's Bar and Chill, not the hotel. But the hotel takes them down with them.
Yeah, I just think
I don't have a problem with Eric and Mercy opening a bar, because again,
but bars overturn
makes
on
sense.
Walking Street. They've been watching
No,
it
I
for
understand.
years. I believe they came here way before, on and off throughout the years, and they know there's such an overturn, and they watch the Filipinos overturn. What made them think that they can even place one in that area between all the bars?
Well, they could, because first off, the one in Walk Street isn't a bar; it's a pizza place more than anything.
I believe they serve.
Well, I mean, I know,
I don't know, but
I'm
I don't know
aware,
what.
but
I
it's
don't
not
know
a
exactly.
it's not a bar. It's
You're
not-
missing my point. You don't do that. If you're a business person, that's something you don't do unless there's.
You're missing my point. That's not where Eric and Mercy's wavelength is. Their
Well, yeah.
wavelength is the food and the service, and it's not about alcohol. Do they serve alcohol? Yeah, but what I'm saying is that was just
They were trying to cut their own little corner out of the whole thing.
right. And again, I'm not attacking them by any means. I'm actually saying that that's their shtick. It's
Okay.
the little restaurant.
Guys, let us know. I'm
You know what I'm
trying to
saying?
make a point. It was a stupid move. They weren't even in 2 years. They were already having issues. Their business was not like free flowing, and I would not call it a total success. Evidently, this is what happened. They didn't. If they crashed out this soon, they were already broke. So you don't open a place on top of that. That is just bad business and bad braining. If you actually go into that, that's my point. I would see it that way. And I guess, I've started several small businesses that just went down the drain, but I didn't keep them going for 4 years. And some of these people you see that are going and they're negative 800,000 in debt and made no money for 2 years. When mine didn't hardly make anything for like 4 months, 5 months, I wasn't going to sit around and do them. I knew that you can expect to lose the money, and you go through that, and you have expenses for so long. And some of them were so small that it was just meant to be more of a hobby. And when they just didn't go, that was it for me. I mean, you kind of have to know when to fold shop. Let me put Chosen One sticker up. He said Janet got Mike working like a slave. Yeah, let's be honest. All those videos supporting her family, I'm not right.
It's not right. It's not right.
Oh, it's not right. Yeah, because here's the thing. Didn't they? I haven't watched the last couple videos, but didn't they attempt to buy property or did buy property? And I thought they didn't go through with it, and now they're back to whatever. I think they were supposed to be building something. Maybe they still are, but all I know is we watched him do simple videos in the beginning, like exactly doing everything like Paul. And then he joined up with Paul, and then he was just doing a video every now and then. All of a sudden, he's so commercialized now. Now he's doing interviews with the visa people. He's so commercialized. There's so much crap in his description, and it's to me, it's really out there. This seems super desperate for money. And I don't know if he's got a smaller Social Security check coming in, little to no money in savings, if that's what's actually paying for what's going on. And remember, channels are not what they actually appear as far as numbers versus a paycheck. So it's
not necessarily, and what I mean by that
because
is
he has 70,000 people doesn't mean he's being paid based on 70,000 people.
That's not what I'm saying. In fact, that's actually reinforces what I'm about to say. Again, I'm going by with what Chosen One says. Chosen One says Janet. Again, this is allegedly, because remember, I'm not the one saying this. But again, guys and girls, pay attention. We took it down. Janet got Mike working.
Yeah, Janet's got Mike working like a slave. Let's be honest. All of those videos supporting her whole family.
Right.
Now, I mean, he's working himself.
Right. No, I understand that. I understand that completely. First off, be aware, and a lot of you will agree. When you're married or together with a person, pay attention to the behavior. And now I'm not gonna go dig into their relationship, but point being is there are times, and it's very common, that one of the partners in this relationship, I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about in most relationships, that there's usually one that somehow could never have enough and will always want more, more, more. And what they do is they basically crack the whip on their spouse.
That's true.
No,
I mean,
this is fact.
I think a lot of
they'll start,
or they at least feel they do. It's not all of them are demanding, but they feel okay. Well, she likes that car, and she talks about a new house. I wouldn't say that Janice like. Hey, if you don't
wasn't
do this,
talking
I won't
about
suck
them.
on your nubby tonight.
That's what I said.
But
I
she
wasn't
could be,
talking
who
about
knows?
them. I'm talking about in general. Most couples, there's usually one, usually, not always, that will always crack the whip and will always demand more. And no matter what the other spouse does, it will never be enough.
There is a full conversation going on about the remittance fees and all that. Initially, we had done that. Then we just started taking the fees directly out with a card for probably 2 years at least. We were taking our money out as we needed it. And then, of course, we have our banks here now. And so we avoided all that, and we'll take the risk now. Because we don't have any intentions of leaving. So, but no, it could add up, and a lot of people do rely on that, and they've changed several companies.
I mean, it's no big deal. We just have to redo the bank. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Oh, really, Thera? I kind of figured. I think she already did a while back. No surprise. It says Mommy Hay has a new boyfriend. Surprise, surprise. I mean, they've been broke up for a while. So how long has that been since we covered that? Over a year ago? No surprise.
Okay. She's always had one already. The reality is a lot of guys and girls, again, a woman
Armstrong
does
family
not
is-
usually move on until they already cut the pony out of the herd.
Yeah, and I believe she's the one that
And
left first.
I've said this while I was still in the U.S. I tell all my friends, listen, you've been replaced. You just didn't know it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah, there was so much going on in that story. He said, she said. Did you guys hear the latest on Armstrong? No? Do you know the latest on Armstrong? It came up in my feed the other day. He's a truck driver now. He's actually an on-the-road truck driver now. That's what it appears, or that's what it looked to be now, unless it was clickbait.
That's what he used to be, I thought.
No, I think he was just construction and some other things. I think that's what he did back then. I could be wrong. Let me know. Was he? I don't think he was an over-the-road truck driver. There was another
I thought he
cowboy-looking
was,
guy.
yeah.
No, there's one or two others here that strictly show how they're truck drivers.
Well, I know
And-
Mike was, but
Well, yeah, no.
yeah, but
There's
no.
several of them now. It seems like there's several Philippine American channels, and they were truck drivers, still do truck driving. They still go back and forth and all of that. But no, it looks like that's his new career. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe let me know. That's what it appeared. So I'm just saying what I felt it was going on. So Trump never makes any sense. Yeah, that'll be interesting. This new bill. Trump is building a wall around U.S. I'm not sure if this will be good long term because China was once 400 years ahead of the rest of the people in the world. Yeah, with the Ming area. Yeah, what do? They build a wall. Yeah. I think the amount of money getting ready to be soaked into his wall and immigration. They said the raises were 10 to 15 times more than the military. All this stuff is way too much. They're putting 10 times more financing into ICE. They're putting 10 times more into the immigration things, the budget. I mean, they're just saying it's out of control, and your great grandchildren will be paying out the yin in taxes. And so we shall see. We, I'm, I like to wish you guys some luck. He is a truck driver now. Yeah, lots of money on that. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be quite interesting. So, yeah.
But yeah, it depends on the truck driver. I mean, not all truck drivers make money. Not all truck drivers don't make money. It depends on your route. It all depends on your route. It's kind of like here again, like I said, like SM, for example. If you're a tricycle driver for SM, they bank, they make money easy. But compared to the other, tricycle drivers, they don't. Point being, truck drivers, same thing. It depends on the route.
Tell me, we'll wrap up one more story that I had seen that was interesting. What happened in that video that you looked at yesterday with the delivery driver and the kid? There was a full fight where he stomped the package, threw it at the kid.
No,
there
no.
was something really
Okay.
bad. It was crazy
So
on
anyway,
Facebook.
there's a viral video. This is local for those of you. For the ones in the Philippines, you've probably seen this video. For the ones not in the Philippines, odds are you've never seen this video. There's a video where Lazada, which is again the Philippine equivalent of Amazon, he
Yeah,
was
I have it
delivering this
right there.
package and
Yeah.
he was giving it to this kid. Well, the kid meaning he's probably about 13 years old, probably something like that. He's probably the only one at home. And when he was giving the package, he started yelling and screaming and threw the package on the ground and started stomping on it.
Okay, do you see it right here? Let
Yeah,
me see.
he started stomping on. Well, yeah, you can play it.
Yeah, let me open it up so we can. Kid can't be 12, maybe.
Yeah, he's probably the only one at the house. Yeah, there's the package. Yeah. He rips it, throws it on the ground,
He's stomping. Look at
and
him
then
stomping
stomps on it. Now, this is the delivery driver.
And this is way out in the middle of nowhere, so he probably spent some time taking it to him.
Yeah, no, he's upset.
Yeah, because it's not like delivering here in Angel City and Mabalake where there are like 8 people on the street getting one. More than likely, he really went out of his way. And they don't get paid much here at all. And most of the time,
Well,
there's no tips.
they get paid per parcel. They don't paid per hour. They get paid per parcel.
All right. So in a nutshell.
Okay. Now the problem with this incident is, why did he stomp on the package? Why did he do that? First off, will he get fired? Probably not. I'm gonna be honest with you, probably not. He probably won't get in trouble. If he does, he'll probably get yelled at, but that's about it. The reason being is, first off, whenever you cancel, he's screaming like, you always keep, canceling your orders. Cancel this, cancel that, cancel this. It's, to you it's not important, but to me it is. What it is first off, as a delivery driver, they get points for delivering. First off, they get paid when they deliver. When they don't deliver it when you cancel, they, like Heidi says, he drove all the way there and out, spending gas and money and time to deliver a package that was canceled. Second, whenever it gets canceled, that's a negative point on the driver. It's bad on the driver.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever, let's say me and Heidi, there's times me and Heidi get something that we don't want because we receive something that's false advertising.
Oh, it's actually been that or damaged. We
Right.
only
And
return it if it's like a super emergency and it's costly.
Right.
These
Point being is
300 peso items.
Right. We eat it. We eat it
we eat a lot of
because
items.
we know the ones that's going to get hit is the driver. So obviously, in this instance, according to the video, they do this to this driver all the time, and he's
All right,
had
so
it.
he lost it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in an instant like that, I was telling George, they don't really verify the ages of opening these accounts. So if their parents give
That's
them
another
a
thing.
phone,
Yeah,
anybody can open an account.
I can just tap order,
And they
and
do
then just hit
COD
cancel
here.
and cancel and cancel.
Now, they will cancel your account. I think we've only canceled 2 orders before, and it was for like really good ones. But if the guy showed up, we always gave him a tip or something, and then we showed him, hey, we did cancel, and somehow they came back, and then it didn't get canceled, and something happened. Usually, the biggest thing is when something doesn't even ship, and it says it's going to ship, and then it says it's a month out, and we read that it was supposed to be delivered within their time frame, and then time has gone by, and you go through and cancel and ask them to cancel, and then it gets shipped anyways. It was one of those deals, and we'd already bought it out and about. But we try to tip the guys. I mean, even when we get normal packages, we try to give them tips. But
right.
No, he lost his crap during that one.
Yeah, he's had enough, and obviously it's because they keep doing it to him.
Yeah, so I wanted to cover that. Yeah, Kay Dallas said, yeah, Trump added $3 trillion to the deficit. And like I said, things have to be handled, but I think there's a bunch of other things going on with this new bill. We shall see. More tariffs on
More
China.
tariffs on China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! Well, here's the thing. They're about ready, or have slapped Japan. He said, Japan's not working with me. I think they're about ready to hit them with 20 or 30% too.
Oh,
That's
yeah. And just to clarify, there's this viral video going out about like Call of Duty 2
really.
that they predicted the future. First off, has nothing to do with America. That was a fictitious nation. That has nothing to do with anything.
Well, I'm aware of it. Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. Yeah, it says probably the same guy who delivered and hung on to George's chicken. Yeah, no shit, man.
Oh, damn right. True story.
Hey, he pushed his luck because it was still, because usually when we were ordering chicken, it wasn't just $10 worth of chicken. We ended up getting several different flavors of boneless.
Deliver it, not argue with me. I even said in the video.
Yeah, George has his limit. It wasn't me, because if it had been the United States, I'd have slapped the piss out of him. I'd have slapped the piss out of him.
I mean, why are you arguing?
Chicken.
There's no sense in arguing.
But I didn't even know. I just know that he went out there and George's like,
it's already paid for in advance before he even left.
Yeah, it was like
it's already
$26, $27
Your job
worth
is to
of
hand
chicken.
it over. I'm not mad about it being 2 hours late. because I know you don't have nothing to do with that. I'm talking about the driver.
Yeah,
Has
because he
nothing to
said he
do with
couldn't
that.
find us.
But point being is,
when you leaned in and didn't
you're
give
already
it to us after
here,
it was
just
prepaid.
give me the food. And
And-
he argued. I'm like, dude,
I'd
just
have
give
slapped
me
piss,
the
because
chicken.
if it's paid, you're holding on to our
And then
money.
he argued.
$25 was 20.
Dude,
But
give
I
me
said,
the
I'm
chicken.
gonna
What
let
is
George. I'm
wrong
gonna let
with you?
Jesus handle this one.
And do we have permission? Yes, because I said, I'm going to get the camera. I don't have a problem with that. He says, go ahead. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. so-
Heidi, get the camera. So
Yeah, it was
technically we do have,
hilarious.
but we did take down the video because we did think about, so you know what? This is, it's all right. It's over with. And then somebody else decided to keep on, and then
and
eventually
go
he lost
down
his
and
job.
interview.
But anyway.
Yeah, we talked about this before, and then he lost his job anyway. So, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We appreciate all the birthday support and everybody actually coming in. Next live stream will be in a couple days, unless something else like comes up. And I'm going to put George to sleep after this. George has been up all night. Hey, we got into a weird pattern and fell asleep, and then he woke up at like 1, 2 o'clock, and then did you get any sleep in between?
Yeah, I fell asleep. But okay,
Yeah, 'cause
my
sometimes
problem
he's on
is
the
this is
phone,
always
so
my
I don't
issue.
know. And then
I
I'm
cannot
asleep, and he's
sleep for more. I can't sleep for more than 5 hours. Not even.
yeah, 4 or 5.
I'm
is
lucky
us.
if I even make it to the 4th hour.
Yeah, once we get 4 or 5 hours sleep,
So
it
I
seems
fell
like
asleep
the order.
around 6.
Yeah,
Big mistake. Big mistake. I was already up,
yeah. So we sleep
I was
4 or
up
5
by 9.
hours.
and then I was like, "Damn it!" And then I went back to bed, and then I woke up at 1. And I'm like, "That's it. I'm not be able to go back to sleep at this
Sarah,
time."
you talking about when that stuff happened with George and the chicken guy? No, I've told you guys it's hard to push a Filipino usually. Usually when that guy snaps, or George did, it takes a lot, but it was the principle of the thing, how
Well,
he just
not to
wouldn't.
mention, he already had beef somewhere else. You can tell.
Yeah, there was something else. He came with
Because
an
before he
attitude.
even
He was an
got
attitude
here,
on the.
he already made threats.
Yeah, come get your
Before-
food up on the street. And then
Before
we're
he
like,
already got here, he already made threats, and I'm like, "What the freak?
Yeah,
Your
he
job
said-
is to deliver the food."
he said that your order won't be delivered; it'll be reabsorbed, which usually means they keep the shit, and then we would have been stuck or
Right?
something.
No, he already made
He
threats.
said
before.
you need to come up at this location and come get
Right,
it from
and
it,
I'm
because
like,
I
wait,
don't know
whoa,
where
whoa,
you're
whoa,
at.
whoa,
And we're
whoa.
like, you have
Let
an
me get
address.
things straight.
It
You
was
want
funny.
me to go get the food, but isn't that your job to bring us the food? Point being is he made threats already, way before he even.
And then
Point
if we would have
being
ordered
is-
it again, then we were out $50, and who knew if the 25
Right.
or something 26 would have came back?
I even told Heidi,
like,
I
I'm
said-
not paying $52 for chicken.
I
and
even
so
said, read this. Am I understanding this right? And no, he want that driver, not
usually I'm dramatic.
not Grab, not
and
whatever.
This one's
That
been
driver
one in the back
wanted
of our
me
head.
to go get the food, and I'm like,
I know, feeling bad about canceling on Amazon, but thank you guys. We appreciate everybody being here.
yeah, thank you guys, appreciate you so much.
And we'll
Happy 4th of July.
and I think we'll work on the German chocolate cake or the carrot cake on our next.
Thank you for
appearance.
your
support.
Thank you so much, chosen one. Thank you so much.
I have the ending
Kay
scene.
Dallas, thank you so much. Appreciate
me
you.
see if
thank
I
you so
can-
much, Sarah Tyson. I appreciate the coffee.
Let me bring up the video. It's the weird one at the end, but I don't know how it actually goes. Thank you guys. Just some of our supporters. Not all.
George and Heidi living in the Philippines. Philippines
chosen
is
one.
on my
No, I said it was some of them. I got to make a new one. We have a bigger one, but this was based on ones that had given some stickers recently or some birthday stuff, but I need to do another one. But that was the AI one. Look how weird we look. Why do you look so weird? We just both look weird AI'd like that. So
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember drinking that stuff.
I don't remember those earrings I had on.
Yeah,
I think we put the earrings
AI is
on.
scary. Actually, it looks real. It looks like that's actually us. It's not us. It's not me and Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's AI.
All right, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you.